Hi, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. I am John from GT Media PDX and Grounded from Grounded Tactical. Big national headline news today that after 43 days, yes, 43 days, the U.S. federal government shutdown has officially come to an end. The bill was passed by the United States House of Representatives and signed by our president, Donald J. Trump, last night. Stick around because we're going to unpack what this means for federal workers, for you as a citizen, and what the tactical community should care about. Let's turn to the facts. The shutdown began when Congress failed to pass the necessary funding bills. It became the longest in U.S. history. Now, the House voted mainly along party lines of 222 to 209 in favor. The final bill funds 3 annual spending bills and extends the government funding through January 30th of next year. The legislation also includes protection for federal workers, guaranteeing back pay, reversing certain firings that happened during the shutdown, and preventing further layoffs until January. Now, it's worth noting embedded in this bill was some very contested language regarding monitoring of records and allowing certain lawsuits against agencies for violations. Yeah. Okay, so what does this mean and why does it matter, especially from a security tactical operations perspective? You know where I'm coming from, right? For federal law enforcement and compliance folks, the shutdown didn't just affect paychecks, it impacted morale, readiness, and the federal operations. Getting back to funded status means reestablishing those functions. For agencies you train, engage, and support, budget certainty for the moment is restored, but for only until late January. That means mission critical planning needs to factor in a potential funding cliff ahead. For contractors, private security, training houses, and allied personnel, when the government pauses, a ripple effect hits services, contracts, asset maintenance, personnel allocations. This reopening is good news, but consider it a short pause, not a long-term fix. For you as a citizen, many households were stressed. Federal workers not getting paid, benefits suspended, you know the rest. And key food programs, such as food assistance, healthcare subsidies, were still at risk. The bills addresses some of that, but the fight over healthcare subsidies is far from over. Now, looking ahead, the big battleground is the healthcare tax credits that supported millions of Americans through the marketplace under the Affordable Care Act. Without extension, premiums could go up significantly, and coverage losses are not only expected, they're projected. Now, the Senate still has work ahead. The House has handed off bulk of the job, but expect more fights in December and into early next year. For the tactical community, stay alert. Funding certainty is still short term. Any training, procurement, or deployment plans that rely on federal funding should flag January, February as a risk window. Also, this kind of shutdown and reopening reshapes workforce readiness and contract posture. Agencies may change how they account for resources and risk. Pay attention to how your training agency or partner pivots. So there you have it. The shutdown is over, but it only implications are just starting to pay out. But if you're involved in security training, federal support, or compliance, don't get complacent. Keep your eyes on January. If you found this useful, hit the like button, share this with your network, or drop a comment. How has the shutdown impacted you, your work, your friends, or your organizations? I'll check the comments. We'll dig in together. I'm John for GT Media PDX and Granite Tactical. Stay sharp, stay ready, and thanks for watching.